those individuals who have been with us for quite a bit of time, Wednesday is definitely the day for us to run webinars that are dedicated more toward beginner topics. Other webinars we do are in line more with advanced topics such as current market conditions and also the more or less the daily market events that are coming out on a live scale. Some of you guys may have been part of that, but we do offer webinars where we actually go over them on a live scale. We will be doing that for the forthcoming non-farm payroll report that's due out pretty soon. We will have a live webinar dedicated for that. Sorry about that. Yeah, so with having said that, we're going to be going ahead and get started today. So the webinar for today is obviously in line with our Learn to Trade Like a Pro series. I know we have a lot of familiar faces here, people that have been part of the webinar before, so it's definitely really good to see you guys here. But we are doing a webinar slightly different, a little bit more advanced for those individuals who may be totally new. Don't worry, we're still going to cover a lot of the same topics that we've covered in the Learn to Trade Like a Pro series so far. The big thing that we're definitely going to cover, that it may be repetition for some individuals, but it's definitely important repetition when you're learning how to trade online, is placing the trade itself as well as actually having a stop loss and a take profit in place. It's important to considerably go over this because it's something that you do every single time you place a trade. So it's important to know that you're doing it the exact way you want to do it. So we're going to be doing that again today. So it'll be maybe a little bit of repetition for those individuals who have already seen it. But no worries at all. We're going to be going over that. We are also going to be going over some more advanced topics for those individuals who, you know, may be a little bit more familiar with the process. That we're going to be going over some new things as well. One of the things we're going to be covering actually is the use of the X mobile platform. I know there are some individuals who are asking about that, and a lot of people out there definitely email us or ask us. You know, the biggest objection that they may have to trading is that they're too busy. It's a misconception, definitely in the industry, that individuals who trade and who trade online are using this as a sole purpose of income. This is their only income they have right now in the market, and that's simply not true. A large majority of individuals out there, and this is what I always tell my clients, they're actually trading for a secondary source of income. Since the proliferation of the internet, it's definitely become a more useful tool for individuals to create a secondary line of income than anything else I can really think about, besides obviously the little bit more advanced investing techniques. But this allows individuals who are, you know, maybe not the first tier bracket wealth income to trade online and trade with market conditions like the pros do. So we definitely enjoy doing that, and we have a lot of first-timers that come out here, you know, kind of unsure of what they're doing, but eventually end up using this method to create a secondary line of income for themselves. So if you do find yourself in that group of people that are looking to, you know, do this on top of another job, don't feel like you're in the minority. It's quite on the contrary, you're actually in the majority. There are a lot of individuals out there that do have to, you know, struggle with maybe attending these webinars and taking the course, but also going to their job or maybe still going to school. And there's a very simple way of also trading when it comes to that as well. So it's very simple. The X mobile platform is definitely revolutionary, and it's also award-winning. So it's extremely valuable for those individuals out there that are quite busy when they are looking at their schedule on a day-to-day basis. You don't have to specifically just trade on your computer. That's not the only thing that you can trade on. You can trade on a lot of different devices, your phone, your tablet, even your iPhone watch. All of those are available when you're a subscriber to Currency House. The X mobile platform is award-winning. It's regulated by the UK Financial Authority, so it's never going to collapse on you. It's an amazing app to download and to use, and it's a shame that not more people do it. The individuals that do use it, you will know that it's probably the only thing you end up doing. And the two things that are very easy to do on there are, number one, place the trade on the Forex side of the trading menu, but also create a standard stop loss and take profit at the same time too. So you can do that all on the X mobile platform, and we're going to show you how to do that as well. Obviously, I can't bring up the phone because I'm on a computer right now, but I'm going to show you some screenshots to help you get there. Then we're going to go over to the signals. I'm going to show you guys some signals that we produced last week that ended up being quite profitable for a lot of traders out there. I'm going to show you guys the exact signal that we sent out through email, so you can see the exact wording of the signal and exactly what should have been done during that. And then we're going to go through kind of what are the signals, how to get the signals, that kind of thing, just so we can make sure that everybody's on the same page for that. After that, we're going to show you guys something that we use quite often here and a lot of social traders use quite often. That's the DE30. So the DE30 is a huge trading tool for a lot of traders out there. It's extremely volatile and extremely massively traded in terms of the overall pips that it jumps up within a second or two. It's quite huge. It's not as slow as currencies tend to be, so if you are looking at scalping the market and not sticking around or waiting for your trade to jump 20, 30 pips, which is normally takes a long time if you're looking at a currency, the DE30 jumps that in a matter of seconds. So it's a very simple tool if you're looking to essentially scalp the market for small gains. So we're going to try to do that today with you guys. We may have to stick around for a little bit, but we're going to do that right at the end, so we'll be able to answer questions as we're trying to scalp the DE30. So we're going to then kind of end off the webinar at that point. So that's the schedule for today. Hopefully we'll have you guys out here about the 30-minute mark. Again, this is a non-obligatory webinar for a lot of you guys. If you need to take off, please feel free. We are doing a recording of the webinar that we'll be able to send out to you guys after it has been completed, which will be tomorrow, I guess. But at the same time, if you're able to stick around and you do have a minute or two, definitely feel free. We're going to be answering any questions that you guys have. So if anything was unclear or, I'm not making sense right now, don't worry. Please feel free to ask. No one can see the questions that you ask. It's that top little box on your right-hand screen. Should be up around here where my cursor is. You can ask questions through there. I'm not going to answer them until the end of the webinar just to save on time. And also, the raise the hand button, that doesn't really do too much, so don't worry about raising your hand. Okay, perfect. So now that we got that underway, let's go ahead and get started. So at the end of this, we should be able to get started on the platform, place a trade, put a stop loss, and take profit. Those are three definitely fundamentals when it comes to trading online, and everybody should know those like the back of their hand. Those are the three things that are the most important when it comes to trading online. It may seem stupid for those individuals that know it already, but honestly, if you can do those three things, you can place a trade. And you can place a trade that has a high probability of actually making profit at the same time. So understanding the signals, hopefully you guys will then at the end of the webinar understand exactly how to get the signals and how to use them efficiently and using the DE30. And this is all going to be done as well. Hopefully you guys will understand the importance of doing it on your mobile device at the same time. So getting started with the xStation, very, very simple stuff. Let's go ahead and jump back on the platform here. So hop over to currencyhouse.com. Very simple to do that. Just go to currencyhouse.com. I'm actually in I'm actually in individuals right now. Super easy. You can go back to institutions if you want. But either way, you're always going to have this login button up here or open account. So either or, if you already have an account, very simple, just go to login, either live or demo, and click either one. I already have my live account open here on my other tab. So this is going to be the first screen that you log in. It may seem a little confusing, really not confusing at all, guys. It's 3 blocks. Your open positions are down here. I'm going to go ahead and get out my spotlight. Your open positions are down here. The current candlestick charting that you have opens right here. And then just the ticker symbol with all of the currencies and indices in the game. So it's only 3 boxes, open positions, current chart you're looking at. This is the DE30, what we're going to be examining today, and then the positions on the left-hand side here. So there's only 3 main boxes. I know there's a lot of numbers for those individuals that are starting off on the platform. It may seem like a bit overwhelming and a little bit too much for those individuals out there, but trust me, it's really not. It's very, very simple. When you want to place a trade, so that's what we're going to go into next. Now that we know what it looks like, when you want to place a trade, basically the main thing that you're looking at doing is you're looking at a small little box on the upper left-hand side of the candlestick charting right here. So if we look up right here, the spotlight is kind of eliminating my cursor, but this is where the box is going to be. So if you see this red spotlight, just keep your eye on that spotlight right there. So if we change back, so I can actually get my cursor out, and I drag my cursor up to the top here, you're going to see these 2 boxes right here, the red and the blue. The red represents the shorting of something in the industry. So if you short something, you're predicting it as going down in value in the very short term or the long term. Really depends on what you're looking at. If you're going to press the blue button, you're going long on the particular instrument. So you're predicting that it's going to be going up in value. So remember that. This is all you got to realize. This little number in the middle adjusts the size of the contract. 0.05 is very small. We normally recommend if you have an account balance of below 1,000 USD, just stick to 0.10 lots, at least when you're first starting out. Very simple stuff. And then if you want to predict that the market is going to be going up in value, simply click the blue box. If you think it's going to go down in value, click the red box. That's all you guys got to do, okay? So having said that, let's go ahead and place a small trade. Let's avoid the DE30. Let's go to everyone's favorite Euro USD. Euro USD is bouncing around quite a bit, but it looks like from the past hour or so, it's definitely trending downward. So let's go ahead and short it. So if we short it, that means that we're predicting the euro as collapsing in the very near term. So let's press red. And just click confirm. Just like that, the position is struck. Fantastic. See, just click 2 buttons there. I already have a position in play. Very simple stuff, guys. And now I want to place my stop loss and my take profit. So my stop loss and my take profit, very simple stuff as well. Normally speaking, we recommend about a 2-to-1 on stop loss take profit. So if your take profit is 50 pips, make your stop loss 25 pips. That always ensures that your winners are twice as much as your losers, which is very powerful when you're, when you don't want to be present at the screen scalping the market. If you can always ensure that your winners are twice as profitable as your losers, and by the law of averages, 50-50, right? It's only going up or it's going down. You're always going to end up on top. So let's go ahead and do that. So you just got to click on the orange line there. So see how I did that? You just got to put your cursor over and click it. 2 lines come up. Drag the white stop loss down. So sorry, that would be the take profit. So we just got to drag that take profit down. So you see my profit currently accumulating as I drop that off. So if the market hits that particular spot, let's say at about 40 pips down, the position will strike and the profit will be added to my account. Alternatively, if the market swings radically in the other direction and I'm not there to close off the trade, luckily enough, I'm going to have my stop loss in place to close off the trade at an acceptable risk value that I'm comfortable losing. So let's put it at 25 pips the other direction. So that way, if the market swings up 25 pips and keeps going, I'm not at fault. I don't have to worry about waking up tomorrow and seeing my account balance at a huge negative. But alternatively, if the market drops and I predict correctly because I shorted it, that all that profit is added to my account even in my sleep. So I make money while I sleep. So a perfect scenario. Just like that, guys, very simple stuff. We did it without even blinking an eye. We just made a trade, Euro USD at 0.10 lots. We shorted the market because in the last, definitely the last hour, it's been trending downward. We can see the last 2 candlestick formations on the 30-minute chart. It's definitely been trending downward. So hopefully we will see some profits by the end of the day here, guys. So just wanted to go over that quickly. Very simple stuff. This should be repetition for a lot of you, maybe intro for some of you, but this is the most basic of trading Forex. So this is what a lot of people should want to graduate to if they are in their trading career. This is where you're going to make your money, guys. You're going to make your money on the Forex side of the trading menu. Options is definitely fun. I'm not saying it isn't. That's the binary options right here. It's quick, it's easy, but at the same time, people make way more money and they use Forex trading as a sure method of making cash when it comes to their real income here. So, all the big traders out there, they aren't trading binary options. They're trading Forex. They're trading commodities. They're trading currencies. That's where they're trading. So if you're looking to make some big dollars, this is what you got to know, and this is the fundamental of what you got to know. So let's go back to the platform here. So having said that, there's definitely an importance of having xMobile. So if I just made that trade on xMobile, that Euro USD trade, and I had this mobile app downloaded, if you guys want to take maybe like a screenshot of this, you're going to be able to see where to download this in iTunes. It's also available on the Google Play Store, of course. It's got a very high rating. I think it's about 4.5 out of 5 stars rating. It's like I said, it's award-winning and it's regulated by a UK financial authority. It's the best regulation you can get for a trading app. So it's absolutely fantastic. It's so clean. It's amazing. It's so easy to use. So this is, if you guys want to take a screenshot or write this down, this is what it's called. It's called X Mobile by X Open Hub Limited. That's the downloadable version of it in iTunes. So go ahead, write that down, take a screenshot. But this is what it looks like on the live scale. So this is these are screenshots of phones. This is if I was going to make a Euro USD buy. So you can see here on the left-hand side, this first screen that we have open here, this is the actual chart. So you see we have balance, profit, free margin, your equity. All of those goodies are down on the right, the bottom here. And then you have your main symbols. You can add a symbol. You can take away a symbol if you want. Right now we have currencies on here. These red and green buttons, these are going to be changing in live, so you can see exactly what's on the up and what's on the down. And then if you find somebody that's trading on the up, you can go ahead and click on it, and this chart will come up right here just like it is on the platform. You can buy, sell, you can change the lot size in the middle here, and then once you click that and you click OK, then you're going to see your chart on the right-hand side here. And you just need to press this guy right here, this little charting, this candlestick charting, to get over to your chart. It's very simple stuff. It's only 1 or 2 screens, and then if you scroll right, so if you flick your finger to the right, you're going to see your open position, and you're going to be able to adjust your take profit and your stop loss if you ever need to adjust at the same time. The other side of it is if you place that Euro USD trade that we just placed and you opened your account up on your mobile device, the trade would already be available on your mobile device. So say you have only a second or two before work to jump on and start trading. It's definitely possible. What you could do is just wake up, check out our signal. If you're in North American hours, you're definitely going to have one of our signals waiting in your inbox. Then you just simply click trade the signal, and then during the day, maybe if you're at your other job, you can check your phone out and say, okay, I'm up $20, I'm up $15, okay, I want to adjust my stop loss down, so on and so forth. So that's all available through the phone and through the app that we have to download. This is what it looks like on your Apple Watch. If you guys have an Apple Watch, again, it's just kind of a shorter version, but at the same time, I know there's some fancy people out there that are starting to get the Apple Watch, so we definitely got to show that for you guys. I haven't got one yet. I definitely plan to. I feel like they're definitely going to be the future. So that's what it looks like for that. So this is now moving into the Currency House signal category. So this is what the signals look like if you do receive them on the Currency House news information. They're for beginners as well as for more intermediates or pros in the game. That's why we have stop loss orders and entry orders and limit orders in case those individuals are looking to maybe enter the trade and then re-enter the trade if it does tend to catch at a different level. For those beginners out there that's received the signals, all you have to really do is focus on the first section of the trade. So if it's buy USD CAD between this point and that point, and you log on to your platform and you see it's between that point and this point, then you simply buy or you sell, depending on what the signal is. Once you place that, depending on your overall account balance, if you're at somewhere below $1,000, definitely only place it at 0.1 lots, and make sure that your stop loss to take profit is 2 to 1. So if it's lower than 500 USD, make sure to place it at about 50 to 25. If you're above 250 USD or 500 USD, you can place it at a little bit of a bigger range to account for the drawdown. And if you are a little bit more advanced, then you're going to see the further indicators that you're going to be able to set. So you can set a limit order in an extension. So that's basically building on the profits that you would have received from the first signal with a stop loss order at that time. So you could actually place a limit order then again. So if it hits it again, then it might move back, because obviously markets do trend. They don't move in one consistent direction. They tend to kind of go up and down, right? So if it hits one level, then it could go back down and hit another level. So it would be a way for you to make money on a trending instrument. So it's a little bit more intuitive and a little bit more complicated for those individuals who want to take on that risk, who think they're ready to take on that risk. But that's what we do with our signals. We want to make sure that it's for both individuals that are beginners as well as for those individuals that consider themselves more pros in the industry. So those go out every single day. This is just two examples of ones we sent last week, and as you can see, the market's actually moved in the direction that we predicted. I think this was on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, if I'm correct. The USD CAD was pretty big because WTI crude definitely jumped big time at that, it dropped absolutely huge after that point because that was after it hit that $50 mark, so it started dropping big time. That was a pretty big one for us. I know traders were up quite a bit on that one. The GPB, GPY was also pretty big. That was right as the Great Britain pound was moving last week after a lot of individuals essentially factored out the Brexit. If you guys remember, or if you guys follow the news circuit for economic news right now, you'll know that basically the market totally factored out of Brexit, and GPB actually hit a high point that it's only hit, I think, 2 other times in the last 8 months, and it hit that point last week. So we actually took advantage of that. It's now since moved down because there has been talk of some people wanting this Brexit. That is ridiculous if you ask my opinion, and it won't happen, but obviously the market had totally factored it out last week, and now they've kind of factored it back in, so it's starting to drag down. So that was obviously last week. We are still sending them out every day this week. In order to receive them, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is have a live account with Currency House, and you have to have funds in your account with Currency House. And if you've done those two things and you've registered on our mailing list, then you're going to receive the funds with Currency House. So you're going to receive the signals every day, Monday to Friday. Obviously, except if the markets are closed for a holiday, that's a gimme. But you're going to be receiving them every single day. So if you have a live account that's self-traded and you have funds in that account and you've signed up for our signals, you are on the mailing list and you will receive them. So if maybe your promotions folder is a little heavy, make sure to check your promotions folder if you fall in that category. But they definitely work. They're definitely very powerful. What it does is it really allows you to take advantage of the secondary income status that a lot of individuals have on the platform. We understand that people are busy, and it's definitely a huge deterrent for trading online, which is really sad to see in some cases because I've seen so many people that have overcome that objection, and it all comes down to just being very smart when it comes to working hard. You always hear people say, don't work hard, work smart. And that's exactly what this is. If the individuals that work smart will take advantage of these signals, place the trade in the mornings maybe, or place the trade when they have time, and then monitor these trades on their smart devices throughout the day, which is all doable and should be pretty clear cut for you guys after watching this webinar. So we hope that made sense for everyone. We hope that was a little bit clearer cut for some of you individuals out there. We will be sending signals out every day of the week so far for the next unforeseeable future. So definitely make sure to send us a note or drop us a line if you are interested in taking advantage of them. You can send an email to info@currencyhouse. If you do want to jump on a live account and start receiving it, that's definitely totally fine. And I'm sure you guys have probably seen the promotions as well for a trip to Barbados that we currently have going on right now. I'm not sure if you guys are big sailing fanatics, but the Currency House team has sponsored a pretty massive sailing event that's going on right now. It's the Vendée Transatlantic. So it's going from New York to France. It's actually a precursor race for the Vendée Global. The Vendée Global is pretty insane. I actually didn't even know about it myself until I heard that we were sponsoring it. It's a sailing race around the world. It's around the world, literally, and fewer people have actually performed it than have climbed Mount Everest, which is a crazy fact, I thought. And the individuals that do it solo. So it's a 3-month solo sail trip that's around the world. So this is a precursor for that. So we are obviously a big sponsor of this sailing event. So for that sailing event, we are giving away a trip for 2 to Barbados for a sailing event that's going on in Barbados that we're also going to be a sponsor for. All you have to do is deposit into a Currency House account. It's actually pretty soon. It's going to be by the end of the day. It's either, well, I guess it depends if you're North American or European trading hours, but if you're able to deposit within the next 24 hours, so that's just any sort of deposit, even our minimum deposit, you will get entered for a trip for 2 to Barbados. The odds are quite fantastic because the opt-in period was pretty low. It was like pretty pretty quick. We only had like about 4-day opt-in period for the race just to kind of honor the competition. So for those of you who do decide to deposit within that time frame, you will be entered. And honestly, it's pretty good odds for a giveaway, I have to admit. Okay, so let's hop back onto the platform. And we'll look at the DE30, which is definitely one of my favorite instruments to use. And we'll see if we can make a little bit of dough here on the DE30 while we answer any questions that you guys have. So we're just about that 30-minute mark, so I want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to take off here. For those of you who want to stick around and ask questions, please feel free if you are interested in opening a live account with us and getting entered into that ballot. Also getting signals, which is what happens if you do. Please feel free to let us know. We will make sure to get a rep out to you immediately. But thanks so much, guys, for stopping around here with Currency House with us today. We really hope you enjoyed the webinar and were able to learn something. We do host webinars very frequently, so definitely create a demo account or create a live account and ask to be part of our mailing list for our webinars. Again, live account holders do receive quite a few webinars that demo account holders do not. So if you are interested in being a live account holder with Currency House, please feel free to let us know, and we will get somebody in contact with you as soon as we can. But thanks so much, guys. Hope you have a great day, and all the best.